All right, so we're back with another episode of this indicator profile series brought to you by No Nonsense Forex and VP. This time it looks like it's volatility quality indicator. Really excited to be going to get this look right here, and let's see how it goes.
It is the volatility quality indicator, abbreviated down to VQ. It's almost the perfect initials. Almost.
Perfect initials. It's going to take me a while to get that one. Oh, VQ, VP. All right.
And we are back with the indicator profile series videos for the No Nonsense Forex YouTube channel. Today should be pretty short and sweet. We're going over the volatility quality indicator. Now, my question to you before we start is this a volatility indicator? What do you think? I think I've made it pretty obvious to the answer to that question, but let's go ahead and move on. If you're new, we do indicator profiles here. So if you like indicators, this is the place to be. But if you're brand new, you might not understand what we're doing. This is a
Make sure you check out VP No Nonsense
trading
Forex. I'll put a
system that
link to
takes
the
a while to
content
learn.
down below
So
in the
if you
description.
don't mind taking a while to learn something great, go to nononsenseforex.com, read that very first page, watch the video on that first page, and you will be well on your way. But for the rest of us, let's go into the specs. The year is 2002 that this was created, and that falls right in comfortably to our 1996 and on range that we like to see here. This, as a lot of indicators were back then, is ripped from the Stocks and Commodities magazine. I think that's the name. It was around throughout the 90s, 2000s, and I think faded away finally in the 2010s once magazines kind of stopped being a thing. And for the longest time, this was the only place you could find new trading indicators. And that's how it was back then. So let's just be grateful we are where we are now with the internet and with channels like this. But I digress. Moving on. This is not a volatility indicator. This is a confirmation indicator.
Wow.
It's a very simple one.
I did not see that coming. I thought this was a volume indicator, and if you've been following my channel, you know that I use Damiani as my volume indicator. My confirmation indicators are Vortex and Coral indicator, which I just changed last month. So
we'll show you in a moment. And it's a zero cross, which is very easy to see. It's also a color change, which makes it even easier to see. And as far as being an exit indicator, I certainly wouldn't do it. Dan hates the idea of having this as an exit indicator. I would just simply say, don't even waste your time. But let's go ahead and move on to it. It looks like this. It's super simple. Now, we whited out the candles here just to make this thing pop, because as it crosses the zero line to the upside or the downside, it changes color. Green for long, red for short. Super, super simple. I will say, as simple as this looks, the components behind it are quite complex. So you will absolutely want to consult the blog this week, because Dan will tell you which of those settings actually matter.
So my first impressions of this, I remember having the Copic curve, which was actually an indicator that was made in the 60s. It looked similar to this, but not really. The Copic curve was slow, and looking at this indicator, it looks like it's not giving a ton of signal. Like right in this area here, you can see we have one. This isn't even a trade up here, so you don't get into this sort of false breakout here, but then you do get in here. So this is actually a fairly slow indicator. So if you are going to use this as a confirmation, it would probably be your C2.
And which one in particular you are certainly going to want to avoid. But as far as really looking at it and seeing what it does, there's really nothing else to do here. We can move on to the results. Now, before we do that, understand, we test these indicators a certain way. If you don't like that way, that's fine. You're free to go test it any which way you prefer. We simply put the data into the MT4 strategy tester, see what it spits out back to us, and report those findings to you. We're not reinventing the wheel here. Also know that down below in the description, you will get the blog, my automation blog, that has a video on it that shows you how to test these yourself on the MT4 strategy tester. So you can watch this video and then go learn how to do it yourself. which we not only recommend here, I pretty much mandate that you go do this. Don't just take our results and say, hey, that looks like fun, and then just start using it. Test these things all the time. You'll also get the block.
I haven't used their automated strategy tester yet, so I might just do that. I'm not sure if it's going to be exclusive to the indicators that they have on the blog, or if it's for like pretty much any indicator. But yeah, I might take a look at that as well.
Blog I spoke about that you're definitely going to want to see, and then a place where you can go download this yourself. So without further ado, let's see how the volatility quality indicator did. I have to say that slowly so I don't trip over myself. On to the Euro USD.
This is usually where I finish the video here for VP. So just because the period is only 1 year, so we don't take a look at that into consideration when we're putting these indicators in our system. So it's interesting that just looking at this, the default has 64% win rate and the basic tweaks has 46%, yet the ROI is like 10% higher after the tweaks.
Nice. Not the highest we've seen, but
so it looks like they sped up this indicator here because you're getting a ton more trades. And I think some of those trades would have gone into them into some really long runs here. And then for the 4 hour, it looks like they slowed it down. So it looks like they slowed it down and they have 100% win rate. All right. Okay, that's enough of that. But yeah, anyway, let's take a look and see what my trading has been for this week. And I guess I'll give you guys an update on that as well. All right, so this is my MT5 for Ultra Capital Fund. Right now our balance is 25,200. Of course, this is a demo account. We start off at 25,000 though, so we made about $200 since we've started here. And I believe our profit target is like, I believe it's what, 625 or 1325, something like that. But anyway, yeah, I started September 15th. It's November 4th, so in under 2 months we made $200. This right here was the biggest gainer here. So right here I had some CAD JPY here. Yeah. Okay, so this is basically our big winners were here. We took our initial take profit level over here, and then price went up, and then hit our trailing stop right there. So that's how I manage my risk right there, right? So I could have exited right here at the top, but what I had was a trailing stop loss. So once my initial take profit was hit, I moved take profit to break even. And then once the price went up, how much did it move up? So about 200 pips. What I did was I moved my trailing stop from break even to my first take profit level. So that's why it's basically exiting right around the same level, is because of that way risk management. And right now it looks like since then it's just been consolidating. What date was this? This was October 21st. So yeah, it looks like it's been consolidating since then. But yeah, that was basically my big winner there, CAD JPY. And then I just had some small losses there. And I did a little bit of Euro New Zealand here as well. Just a few bucks there. But yeah, anyway, that is my sort of trading, I guess, in a nutshell. I think this week I didn't really have a ton going on. My last trade was October 28th, so about 6 days ago. And then I closed it this week, probably on Tuesday. So yeah, right now there was a ton of news events this week, so I didn't really get into any trades, but that's sometimes how she goes. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments below. And as always, have a good day.